Hey folks, it's Jeff here. For CS161B, one of the tools or one of the systems you're going to be using in the second half of the class is we're going to be logging in and using a PCC Linux server online. Some of you may have zero experience with Linux. Some of you may have a lot. We try to give you some resources here to get started, and of course, we're not going to do this right at the beginning of the class. Um, but I figured I'd record this at the beginning of the class because I'm going to show you how to set it up here. So if you go to the links page, and I'm going to show you what that looks like as a student because it looks totally different as an instructor. If you go to the links page, you'll see various links that are here. These are the ones that are set up right now. Certainly more will get set up through the class. But if you click on this Linux manual, you're going to get this document. Okay, and this is a pretty long document, right? It's 30 some odd pages here, and I certainly am not going to expect you guys to read this, page by page, but there's a how to log in section here quite early, in within the first few pages here, and it shows you the information, and it shows you a program called PuTTY, which is the most common one that we use, that Windows users will primarily run. So I'm going to show you how to install and how to use that program right here. So I don't have it installed on my computer right now. So I could download it from the web, or I could just go to the Microsoft Store, which is what I'm going to do right now. And as much as I'd rather install Call of Duty or something, I'm going to do PuTTY instead. This guy's a free login. Again, you don't have to use the Microsoft Store. You could go, the Linux manual has a link, or you can just Google it. This shouldn't take too long here. This is your method that you're going to use to log into the server. There is a different method that you use to transfer files back and forth, and I'm not going to cover that in this video. But I'll either at the right time point you to that, or I'll give you another video kind of like this. This guy is waiting. I don't know if you saw that, but the screen popped to one of those firewall, are you sure you want to do this messages. You always got to watch for those. I'm not sharing my whole desktop, so you don't see my taskbar at the bottom. Okay, but it looks like it ran. It says it's installed. So now, if I should see it here, and I do. And there's a PSFTP, that's a file transfer method as well, but we're going to use PuTTY here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, you could either pin this to your start menu, right? Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the file location, and I'm going to take this PuTTY application, and I'm going to drag it to my desktop and hit copy. I like this. I use it enough that I'm going to put it on my desktop. This is not where it will be. This is not where it'll be here, but this should be, if I flip over my OBS, yep, it shows, you could see it. It's, near the top of my screen here. All right, so now if I open that up and double click on that, I bring a window up that doesn't quite look like this. I think the Linux manual has a slightly older version of PuTTY here. So it's actually kind of cool that I get to show this side by side here. But we're going to use SSH, which is a secure shell method of connecting. And our user, or our host that we're going to log into, is cslinux.pcu.edu. You can see that down here. Okay. And when I click open, the first time you run it, you're going to get this mumbo jumbo here that says, this host, the machine that I'm on right now, has never tried to get into the server. And so I'm going to say accept. You can do connect once. Like if you're on a public computer, you could do connect once, but this is my home computer, so I'm going to click accept. You see I get a login here. Your login, as you can see here, down here, should be the same as your My PC login name, first name. For me, it's not. It's a shorter name. It's a shorter user ID. Okay, and then your initial password is going to be a capital G with your G number. I'm typing in my password right now, and as you can see, it's not showing anything. So it doesn't even show like dot dot dots or star star stars. So of course, you got to type it correctly here. The first time you log into the server, I think you get another message, right? And but I've already done that. So you can see here, it shows me my last login was on the 6th, a few days ago here, and it shows an IP address where I was logged into. And now you can see this is my prompt here. So now I'm in PuTTY, and I can look at my files, I can run Pine, I can run the C++, I can do things. Um, and when I'm done with this window, you just type exit to quit out of it. You can have multiple PuTTY windows open if you want. Um, the other thing that you can do when you run PuTTY is once you kind of get set up and you've verified that it works, you can give it a name and you can click save. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out of this here. I'm going to bring it up again. And now if I just if I double click on PCC, it takes me directly to this again. And I don't need to retype in that host. So that's all you need to do to get logged into PuTTY. If you look on the Linux server, by the way, if you let it sit for a while, it'll automatically log out. It'll tell you it's remotely closed. You could also just click on that to close the session versus exiting. If you read down here further, it shows you a way to do this from the Mac or from the Chrome browser itself. Shows you how to change your password, and then it gets into all the guts on how to use Linux, which I'll cover it in bits and pieces, mostly through as we do those weekly sessions. So questions, let me know. Make sure you try this early enough so that on the deadline you're not running into a problem that has nothing to do with the work you need to do, but it has something to do with the environment. And should be some good opportunity to learn on Linux.